Okay, so what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to show you how to import as PDFs or images into Ziteboard, and also how to export as a PDF in Ziteboard. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here and I'm going to create a new board. You're going to go to those three bars at the, for me it's up at the top left. You find where those are at and you hit create new board. And then what I would suggest is, if you know you're going to use the same worksheet over and over again with your students, is you name it that worksheet, okay? But what I'm going to do, and what I typically do, is I just name it the student and then the date, because I often export my sessions that I work with out as a PDF back to the students so they can look at the notes. Okay, so you got new blank board, public board, just leave it all as that is and hit create new, and it'll create a new board for you. Okay. Alright, so if you intend to export as a PDF later, like you want to send it back to the student or parent, what I would suggest is you go to the three bars and you scroll down to settings. So let's see, right? Settings. And if I go down to the bottom here, you'll see a choice for display A4 pages. You know, that's just letter size. So I'm going to do A4 portrait, and I'm going to turn that on. And you'll see I now have this gray outline. That is an A4 page. So it sets the boundary for me. So if I write inside of there, that'll appear inside my PDF. But if I write outside of here, that will not appear in my PDF. Okay, so if you intend to export as a PDF, then I would suggest doing that. Okay, otherwise it's probably not necessary. Okay, so if you ever want to erase something and erase everything, you can hit the eraser and erase it. But if you double click it, it'll give you a choice to clear all. I'm going to do that. Okay, so let's first insert an image. So I'm going to go over here to the three bars, and I'm going to select it. I'm going to go down to Insert. I'm going to hit that, and I'm going to go to Choose Files. Okay, if you intend to put the same image over and over and over again, I would put everything into one folder that you know you use a lot of. So for me, I do a lot of graphing, so I have a folder here that has all my graphing stuff. I'm going to hit Coordinate Plane. That's an image. I'm going to go down to Insert. Okay, and then you can maneuver it around. If you intend to, I've noticed this, if you intend to scale it up, while it's still selected, it's in blue here. I haven't locked it in yet. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to hit the plus sign on the magnifying, and I can reduce it too. And so once I get it the size and the position where I want, you can click off of it. And then here's what I would suggest. If you intend to write on this thing, because right now I'll show you, well, if I write on it now, and then if I hit clear all, it's going to clear my graph too, and I don't want that. So what I would suggest to do is you go over here to those crosshairs and you double click it, and they have a choice here to lock all. That'll lock everything that's on the screen right now. So right now I just have a graph. It won't be erased if I hit the clear all button. Okay, and so now I can come over here, and then now I can, you know, graph on it and make selections and do things on it. And then if I go to clear all, you'll see it'll maintain that graph, but it'll get rid of the writing that I had on there. Okay, and so below, let's put it back on there here, and say this is the vertex. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to export this now as a PDF. Let's assume that we did a whole set of notes, and I want to send that back to the student. So I'm going to go over here to the three bars, and I'm going to go down to Export As, and they'll give you some choices. The PNG file, yeah, I think it's going to give you a snapshot of what you're looking at here, and then the SVG, I believe that's like a Ziteboard save file. So I think if you send that to a student, if they have Ziteboard, they can access it and open it up. And then I'm going to click PDF because I tend to export as PDFs. You have a choice. You can send it to an email. It says optional. So I could send it directly to somebody's email address or my email address. If you don't select anything in there, an email address, and just export it, it'll go right to your downloads. So right now it's going right to my downloads. I'm going to open it up here, and there it is. There's my my graph, right? Saved as a PDF. Okay, where's my Ziteboard? Did I clear up my Ziteboard? I did. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to now show you how to import a PDF, because that was just an image file. So I'm going to create a new board. Okay, create new, And again, I intend to export it as a PDF, so I'm gonna maintain those boundaries. Now here's what I would do. If I have to put a PDF and I intend to export as a PDF, I would first get the view. Oops, clear that little mark here. I would get the view just so that I can see the outline of my PDF on the entire screen. Okay, so it's the case now. I got the bottom and the top in my view. And then I'm going to insert it because I found I had issues with sizing if I didn't do that. So I'm going to go to Choose Files, and just like my image file, I have a lot of PDFs that I tend to throw up there. So I'm going to open this one. I'm going to insert it. And then it's going to be a matter of basically me centering it here in these boundaries, and then I'm going to hit the plus sign over here on the magnifying to expand it, to make it larger. Okay, all right. So I'm going to take it, I'm going to center it, and then I'm going to tap this, zoom out a little bit until I'm happy with it. Yeah, that looks good to me. And because I wish to write on this and not, when I hit clear, I don't want to erase my graph, I'm going to over here and double click on the crosshairs, and I'm going to hit lock all. Okay, so now I can zoom in here, and I can make adjustments, or I can write on this graph here. So it's we at here, so I can graph it. You know, I can make notes to any student that I want to make notes on this. And then if I wish to export this now as a PDF, I can go down to export as, and again I hit PDF, and I won't select address. It'll just go right to my downloads, and you'll see I'll have that downloaded there. There it is, right? And you know, and presumably if you wrote on something and then you want to resume something maybe with a student later, I mean, you have the PDF now, so you could just take this PDF and you could re-import it into a new Ziteboard board and just continue working on it, and it'll maintain that old stuff. So you won't be able to erase that old stuff, but I mean, you'll be able to work on it and continue on working on it. Okay, so I hope that helps. I might make some more videos later. If you have any questions, feel free to text me or